Do you know what today is? Think about that for a minute. Yes, today is June 1st, 2026, and it is also World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. Yes, this is the 6th year in a row I've created this video dedicated to raising awareness for narcissism and to raising awareness for toxicity. This day is a special day. You'll notice I'm wearing a purple shirt, and later on, if you stick in the video, you will see what is across my chest on this purple shirt that I had custom made years ago. Before I get to that, I want you to understand a few things. One, you made it. You're here. You're getting your cup full. Whether you are broken free from the narcissist, whether you are working on breaking free from them, whether today's the first video you're ever consuming or you're anywhere in between, you are needing to understand that this day is growing in recognition. This day is growing and growing in numbers. You see, we, the collective, we, the conscious, we, the people that were targeted and that were peppered with abuse day in and day out, week after week, month after month, etc., by the narcissists, plural, we are rising up. Yes, we're rising up through the ashes. And we're healing, and we're getting stronger than we ever even thought possible. And as we are healing, and I'm one of the main people who has healed and who is paying it forward, you are another main person. But as we're healing and getting stronger, you're understanding that you too can create your own ripple effect and pay it forward. So perhaps next year on June 1st in 2027, that you too can pay it forward in whatever way that you find usable, or that you find useful, I should say, to raise awareness for narcissism. Now, when I say raise awareness, what I'm sharing is we are survivors. We are people who made it out of the cycle. We are people that are stronger than the narcissist ever gave us credit for. We are people who are resilient. We are full of fortitude, of growth, of positive change, of direction, of purpose. And now, as I've shared for almost 6 years, we are either in the third version of us or we are entering the third version of us. And for those of you who may not know yet what the versions of you are, it's very simple. The first version of you is who you were before you met the narcissist. You probably had rose-tinted glasses on. You most likely were a people pleaser, giving to a fault, empathetic, and wore your heart on its sleeve. You did not have boundaries, and the narcissist took full advantage of that. The second version of you is who you became when you were trapped in the narcissistic fog. Need I say more? The third version of you is the galvanized, strongest, most version of you known to humankind. This is when you put yourself back together against all odds. This is when you rise through the ashes like a phoenix. This is when you can commemorate June 1st, which is, like I said, World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, and you can pay it forward. You see, the narcissist took you for granted. They twisted your world inside out. They stole your ideas. They stole your hopes. They stole your dreams, your aspirations, and so much more. They used the smear campaign to implode your life, and they tried their best to destroy your life from the inside out. They failed, and they failed miserably, as I've been sharing for years. And now, as you get stronger, you're understanding so much more, not only about narcissism, but about empathy, about mindset, energy, about trajectory, and about purpose. You're elevating, you are ascending, and you're growing stronger and stronger and stronger. What does World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day actually mean to me today? Well, I'll tell you. It means very similar things that it did to me in 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this year is a little bit different, and I'll share why. Because I am a little bit older, I am a lot wiser, and I've seen so much in the last year, way more than I saw in the previous 5 years post-narcissistic discard, post-narcissistic ending of relationship, than I've seen. I saw more in the last year than I've seen in the previous 5 years. And you may say, well, why is that? Why did you see more? Why did you discover more in the last year compared to those other 5 years? Well, you must remember, the 5 years prior to today, or to this year, I was healing, working on myself, just like you're doing. But the stronger I get, the more I drill into different rabbit holes of education and exploration. And I've mentioned this in years, over the years in videos. It always starts, your journey always starts with one person. That one person that twisted your world upside down, that's the narcissist. Once you figure out who they were and you understand the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle, example, what is gaslighting, stonewalling, rage fits, and all those things, once you learn those, Then you couple your real life experience with the definitions, and that equals wisdom. This wisdom, of course, it is a newfound superpower. It's a superpower on steroids when you wrap your head around the fact that so few people will ever get as far in life as you have gotten. So few people will ever understand what you are understanding, and so few people will ever break the trauma bond and heal properly. Now again, side note, pro tip, my videos are here to empower you. They're to let you know that I broke the trauma bond all by myself during a pandemic when I was left for dead, detached retina. The rest you should know by now. But if I did it against all odds by myself, you can do it in today's present day. Remember, the narcissist did whatever they could do to get you in the most vulnerable position possible. Then they discarded you. When the discard happened, you weren't prepared for it because you thought you were in a loving, two-way, healthy, stable, reciprocal relationship. You were in a relationship from hell. Now you're realizing that. But as you get stronger, the narcissist will get weaker. And as they get weaker, more clarity will arrive in your mind. So going back to what I shared, in the previous year, I have had so much more experience now, not only of watching and observing different people and how they operate and what they do and what they don't do, up close and from afar, but I've also put more and more pieces of puzzles together. Now, again, I shared with you, the first puzzle you have to put together is the narcissist. The second piece of the puzzle you have to figure out is who else was targeting you and what was going on. And eventually you will focus 100% back into yourself. That's what I teach, that's what I preach, and that's how I live my life every single day. Take a look at this scenery behind you. Do you recognize this? No, you don't. You may have thought, it kind of looks familiar, but maybe it doesn't. It doesn't, because I've never been here before. Guess what? I'm here now, and I've got a great spot. It's abundant, it's peaceful, it's private, it's safe, it's secure, and this is the high vibrational state. And why I picked this spot on this day is because I was searching for a place to create the perfect video for you. And that is what I'm doing, and I'm doing my best as I always do. You must remember, you are becoming the educated empath. What is an empath? Well, I'm an empath. You most likely are an empath. The narcissist didn't want you to believe that you were an empath, but they want to steal that from you and use it as a fuel source for themselves. So an empath, a true blue natural empath, is giving to a fault. People pleaser, wearing their heart on their sleeve, everything like I shared, but they give empathy away to anybody. That is not what I do. That's what I did most of my life. I don't do it now, and I won't do it in the future anytime soon. You see, I now have harnessed my empathy. I've corralled it. I've mastered my empathy, and now I direct it to those people that deserve it, to those people who have earned it, and to those people who can use it in a positive way. Not use it the way the narcissists use things. I'm referring to take the wisdom that I'm applying, and those people who are accepting the educated empath, which in this case is me, my wisdom, they're using it for themselves, and that's what they should be doing. Remember, everything on this planet is not how it appears to be. Everybody isn't who they appear to be. And at the top of that list, of course, is the narcissist. They are a user, they're an abuser, they're a manipulator, they're a shapeshifter, they're dark energy, and they know what they're doing. They've been doing this long before they met you. They've been doing this long before they discarded you, and they will continue to do it until they take their last breath. But why World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day today in 2026 is so important, way more important than it was in years past? It's because more people are now participating in this day. More people are now honoring and cherishing this day. Many people have cut the ties on this exact day without even knowing that this is World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. Many people, to them, it's just a day, but when they realize that this day actually has a target date on the calendar, and target isn't targeting, I'm talking, I have this date circled on my calendar every single year for multiple reasons, and I'll share a few. One, because of the day. Two, because think about it, it is the first day of the 6th month. We're halfway through the year, and now you're getting stronger. We are entering the summer. We just exited the spring. Do you see the positive changes that I'm referring to? These are the kind of changes that you couldn't experience when you were with the narcissist, because the narcissist kept on doing their best to disrupt your energy, to dissuade you from trusting yourself, to manipulating you, and to misdirecting you into doing whatever they wanted you to do. That all goes by the wayside once you apply the tools and once you get the wisdom and you understand that, yes, in fact, you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And there is no room in your life today, tonight, tomorrow, or in the future for toxicity at the hands of any narcissist or any dark energy. Which again is why I'm going to take you back in time now. You need to remember where you were. Go back in time years ago, before you even knew what narcissism was, before you knew that June 1st is World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. And let's say it was this exact day years ago when you were trapped in the cycle. Could you even give 1 second of your attention to knowing what narcissism was? Of course you couldn't. Could you give any attention to World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day? Of course not. Could you even take care of yourself properly back then? Remember, you're supposed to be doing a mind exercise going back in time before you knew what narcissism was, and definitely before you knew what today was, when you were trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle, the trauma bond, and the devaluation stage. You see, you were doing things for a person who was abusing you. You were loyal to a person who was manipulating you. You were subservient to a person who didn't care about you. And you were working as hard as you could to put out fires that were started intentionally, deliberately, and on purpose at that person's hands. And they knew that that relationship you were a part of had expiration date. They also knew that they were destroying your life. They also knew that they relished in trying to destroy your life. They also knew that you only had so much supply left to offer, which means this: when you first met the narcissist, you probably had a battery. This is an example, hypothetical example. You probably had a battery with 100% charge in it. Well, after you meet the narcissist and you start participating in all their toxicity, your battery gets drained down to about 80%. Then 50, then 40, then 30, then 18, then 12, 8, on and on and on. And then what happens? The narcissist needs to take you out. Remember, for this example, you were a battery. They take you out, they throw you away in the bin, then they insert a new battery. Who is or what is the new battery? You got it. Ding, ding, ding. It's a new supply source. That's why I've shared for so many years and on the channel and in videos, you're not supply. You've never been supply. You're what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. You shine higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars, and everything in between. The narcissist knew that, and they tried to extinguish you and steal everything from you, but they couldn't. So when you go back in time, you do the exercise, and you realize now how far you have come organically, instinctively, because of your resilience, because of your courage, because of your commitment and your strength. You did this by yourself. Now you, because you're an empath, maybe you are giving credit to other people that they helped you along the way and they were there for you and they guided you and coached you and taught you. Yeah, they can get whatever credit you want to give them, but you can only give them so much credit. And here's why. Because at the end of the day, you are living in your own mind. At the end of the day, you are responsible for yourself. At the end of the day, you have to put your head on the pillow and go to sleep. At the end of the day, you have to brush your teeth, wake up, go to work, exercise, eat healthy. You should be eating healthy and doing more and more things like that. No one can do these things for you. Nobody ever will. But don't stop there. Understand something. The narcissist didn't want you to do those things. The narcissist wanted you to fall apart at the seams. The narcissist had already built up the demise of your life, and all they were waiting for was to strike one match, throw it on the kindling wood, and boom, there goes your life up in flames. Well, that's what they thought, because they had accomplished that so many times before they met you. And they thought that you would fall into the same category as the other supply sources. It's not what happened. What happened is you took the bull by the horns. You were diligent. You were focused on yourself, and you eventually figured out what narcissism was. Doesn't matter how you figured it out. Maybe it was your dentist. Maybe it was the person doing your nails. Maybe it was a coworker grabbing a cup of coffee. Maybe you stumbled upon it on your YouTube feed and the algorithm popped up something about toxicity. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, it was meant to happen, just like the ending of that narcissistic relationship was supposed to end when it ended, not 1 second or minute earlier or later. It ended when it was supposed to, which means this: there are no such things as coincidences on this planet. If you think there are, you need to think again. The narcissist targeted you. If you think they didn't, you need to think again. And the narcissist knows what they're doing. You should know that by now. So tying this all together, every single bit of this, I'm wearing the purple shirt. I've mentioned empathy. I've mentioned mindset, narcissism, June 1st, World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. I've mentioned community. I've mentioned fulfillment, mindset, trajectory, the mountaintop of indifference, the pinnacle of indifference. All of these things I mention over and over and over again, because eventually some of these will click with you. They will click. When they click, you will get more and more light bulb moments. The more light bulb moments you get, the more clear your mind gets. The clearer your mind gets, the more you realize this day is a huge day in your life. It's a huge day in my life. And the reason why it is in my life is because I have the ability to pay it forward, and I have the ability to share my experiences and my wisdom with you. And when you embrace the wisdom and the experiences that I share with you, you can put your own experience to my video, which means this. Let's say many times I give examples of what the narcissist may have done to you, or may have done to me, or may have done to other people. When you take those experiences and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, that happened to me. See, it wasn't just you. You're not crazy. This isn't your problem. It wasn't your fault. There's not one more thing you could have done, no matter what you think. It's the narcissist with all the problems. It's the narcissist with all the mind games. The narcissist wanted to live in your mind rent-free. And that's what they do until when? That's right. You nailed it. Until they don't. And when they don't is when you finally get the message. You go no contact, you block said person, you delete them, you remove them and all fly monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Now I'm going to take this on a side note for the last 2 minutes of the video. This video, I'm going to try to time it at about 20 minutes because it's a very important day. But this is a little deeper part of the video I'm going to share with you. You need to understand how fortunate you are. Right now, you may not be feeling fortunate. You may be thinking, yeah, the narcissist took years from my life. They took my money, my health, my time, my relationships, my hope, everything from me. And I'm here and I'm not in a good spot. Well, I used to think that way too. Not thinking that way now. I will never think that way ever again. Believe me, those days are long over, and you will find that to be true when you heal. Why I said all that is I want to take a moment to pause and to pay honor and tribute to those people. Number one, who didn't make it this far. To those people's voices we will never hear about. And there are an awful lot of those people. People that were trapped in narcissistic abusive cycles way before the age of the internet that could never figure it out. People way before, let's say, hundreds of years ago, in different eras. They were trapped in cycles and they couldn't do anything about it. They didn't know. And then I want to talk about and highlight or illustrate people that are currently living on the planet right here that don't know about narcissism. See, that's where you were for a period of time. That's where I was. Those people, my hope is they all figure it out eventually. My hope is those people crack the code and they see behind the mask and they believe in themselves and they understand that the narcissist doesn't love them, doesn't care about them, never will love them, and never will care about them. You see, that's why you need to realize there are so many different types of people out there. But this video is to honor, to celebrate, to cherish, and to commemorate anybody, and I mean anybody who was trapped in a narcissistic abusive cycle, whether it was for a minute, whether it was for an elevator ride, whether it was for sharing a cab, a plane ride, maybe it was a upbringing of a childhood, maybe it was a parent or a step-parent, maybe it was your colleague, your coworker, your roommate, your romantic interest, your wife or husband of X number of years, no matter who it was. I am letting you know that you need to understand that these people, i.e. the narcissists, don't change. They only deteriorate over time. So why I'm saying all those things is I want to commemorate everybody, including you. Remember this, it's extremely important. Not everybody figures out narcissism. So many people before you figure it out will never figure it out. So many people after you will never figure it out. Many people stay stuck and they don't think that tomorrow will be a better day. Many people stay stuck and they don't believe they're strong enough to rebuild. You need to throw that part out the window. I've rebuilt from nothing. I've rebuilt actually from less than nothing during a pandemic. Think about that for a minute. If you're ever wondering or curious as to how far I've come, I'll tell you again, go back in time to my inaugural video and I created a playlist on it called Glad You Made It. The playlist is called Glad You Made It. Go back to March 31st, 2021, 5 months and 2 days after the discard. This guy, broken in a million pieces, shattered, picked up the camera and created the first video. The rest is history. If I did it, you can do it. You need to believe in yourself the way I believe in you. And you need to understand that not everybody gets as far as you got, but you did. And you need to keep moving. You need to keep going forward. And you need to believe in yourself the way I believe in you. So I took a moment there to commemorate all of our fallen warriors, the people that never knew that they were trapped in a cycle. And you need to embrace that and understand that you're different. You do know that you were trapped in a cycle. And that's why this day is a special day. And that's why this video is a little bit longer. Again, I can create longer and longer videos if there's a reason, or I didn't mean reason, if there's a If people want me to create videos longer, 20 minutes, I can easily talk for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour, 2, 3. The thing is, I don't want to lose the audience, and I want to make sure people are getting value, which is why I create videos each and every day. Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter, but they all bring value. They all bring nuggets of wisdom. They all bring experience, and they all bring wisdom. You need to understand something. If you're out, you stay out. If you're not out, you have work to do. Any way you look at it. Today is a day of remembrance. It's a day of recognition. It's a day of understanding how far you've come. And it's a day of realizing that not everybody will make it as far as you've made it. You need to continue to move through the darkness. You need to continue to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you need to continue to believe that tomorrow will be a better day than today if today's a challenging day. And again, if where you are is where you want to be, fantastic work. Stay where you are. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Here we go. I'm going to share a couple things. Why am I wearing purple? Well, the reason I'm wearing purple is not only is it a very spectacular color, but it is the color to commemorate June 1st, which is World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. On top of that, I'm wearing purple, and I'm going to show you exactly what it says on my chest. This is who you are, whether you know it or not. This is who I am, and I'm very proud of it. And I had this shirt and many other shirts like this made up years ago, but I'm wearing it right now because now's the time, and now I'm going to share it with you. Here's what it is, and you need to embrace this. This is you, a true blue empath. It doesn't say empathy. It doesn't say empathetic. This shirt says empath, and that is you. You need to be proud of yourself, own who you are, break the cycle, become the generational curse breaker, and understand this is what is saving the planet. This is the future of today, tomorrow, and days to come. And this is the kryptonite of the narcissist. I love you all. God bless you. Enjoy today. Continue to move forward and continue to focus on yourself. Remember, you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, and pay this video forward to anybody who could use it. Anybody. That's what we're doing. We're keeping the ripple effect flowing. We are extinguishing the toxicity from our lives. I love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.